Hello, nice to meet you. I'm here again. I'm back. This is my evening practice session. Welcome back to my evening practice session. It's been a while. I ate. I had my dinner with my one of teammate. I think I had great dinner with him. You know what? Our cafeteria has very good quality for the lunch and dinner. I'm proud of it. I think I feel proud of it, and I think I enjoyed, uh, company cafeteria dinner. And I am here again. I'm not going anywhere. I told you. Without further delay, let's dive into my English practice session. How's it going? How's it going on your end?
Hey, David, welcome back. It's good to hear your voice again. Sounds like a nice, relaxed dinner. And honestly, having a good company cafeteria is something to be proud of. Not every workplace has that. Quick polish, just so you can hear a smoother version. You could say, I had dinner with one of my teammates, and I really enjoyed it. Our company cafeteria serves very good food for both lunch and dinner, so I'm proud of that. Short and natural. On my end, things are calm and steady. I'm right here with you and ready to practice.
Okay, me too. I'm all set to go. I said, I told you, I'm telling you. Without further delay, let's let's dive into my English practice session. You know what? Today I was really busy, but I'm happy. I think I feel happy with my work. These day, these days, I feel my work goes smoothly, and I made a reservation for uh, next meeting about change management. I told you it's a new mission from our Hyundai Kia Motors customer, and we have to check and follow. How can we handle this new requirements? How can we manage it based on the customer's insight, customer's perspective to understand?
Nice energy, David. You sound busy, but in a good way. That busy but happy feeling usually means things are under control. First, here's a smooth, natural version of what you just said. Listen to the flow. I was really busy today, but I feel happy with my work. These days, things are going smoothly. I also made a reservation for our next meeting on change management. This is a new mission from our Hyundai Kia Motors customer, and we need to review how we should handle the new requirements. We want to manage them based on the customer's perspective and insights. Now, let me coach you a bit on the key idea you're trying to express. When you talk about change management in meetings, especially with customers, a very natural framing is this: you focus on understanding first, then alignment. You can say something like, before defining our internal process, we want to fully understand the customer's intent behind the change. That sounds very professional and customer oriented. Or if you want to sound more structured, you can say, our first step is to understand the change from the customer's point of view and then translate that into our internal process. Let's practice. Try saying this sentence out loud slowly. Our goal is to understand the new requirements from the customer's perspective and manage the changes in a controlled way. Go ahead, say it once, and then we'll level it up.
GPT, I appreciate your kind support. You know what? Your voice seems a little bit boyish. I mean and husky and very low tone of man. I think it's better to improve my listening skills. Changing your voice on weekly basis will help my improving listening skills. And for your suggestion, as you know, this is my speaking precision. So let me follow your suggestion one more time. Listen to me very carefully, GPT. It's my turn. Here I go. Before defining our internal process, we want to fully understand the customer's intent behind the change. Or our first step is to understand the change from the customer's point of view, and then translate that into our internal process. Translate that. TRANSLATE. Translate that into our internal process. I was really busy today, but I feel happy with my work. These days, things are going smoothly. I also made a reservation for our next meeting on change management. This is a new mission from our Hyundai Kia Motors customer, and we need to review how we should handle the new requirements. We want to manage them based on the customer's perspective and insight.
David, that was really solid. And yes, it's your turn. You led it well. I listened carefully. Cheshire 1. Quick corrections, small but important. Boyish, husky voice comment. Your sentence is understandable, but here are more natural options. Your voice sounds a bit deep and husky, more like a man's voice. Your voice sounds low and husky today. Changing your voice every week could help me improve my listening. Also, help my improving listening skills. Help me improve my listening skills. Spelling. You did great catching yourself. Translate. TRANSLATN. Just a small swap. Company name. You said Hyundai Gear Motors. Better choices depending on what you mean. If you mean the customer company, Hyundai Kia Motors, Hyundai Motor Group. If you mean a Hyundai Kia project customer, our Hyundai Kia customer. So you can say, this is a new mission from our Hyundai Kia customer. Polished version, your full paragraph, natural plus professional. Here's a refined version you can practice. Before defining our internal process, we want to fully understand the customer's intent behind the change. Our first step is to understand the change from the customer's point of view, and then translate that into our internal process. I was really busy today, but I feel good about my work. These days, things are going smoothly. I also scheduled our next meeting on change management. This is a new request from our Hyundai Kia customer, and we need to review how we should handle the new requirements. We want to manage them based on the customer's perspective and insights. Small upgrades. Made a reservation. Scheduled. More natural for meetings. Perspective and insights. Plural sounds more natural. 3. Speaking tip. Slow, clear rhythm. Try using short pauses. Like this. Our first step is to understand the change from the customer's point of view. Then we translate it into our internal process. Mini practice, your turn. Repeat this one sentence slowly. We want to understand the customer's intent and then reflect it in our internal process. If you type your next version, I'll correct it immediately again. Same style.
You said, if I type my next version, if I type, no. GPT, you know this. You know how this evening session works. It's my practice time. I don't type. I'm not going to type anything. I'm going to speak. I'm going to speak whatever I want to say, uh, whatever I want to describe something. Do you understand?
Yes, David. I understand you very clearly. This is your speaking time, not typing time. You speak, I listen, and then I coach. That's how this evening session works. We're aligned. You also did something important just now. You set the rules of the session. That's confident communication. In a meeting, this is the same skill as saying, let me explain first, or I'll walk you through my point. Here's a small polish of what you just said, only for your ear, not for typing. You know how this evening session works. This is my practice time. I don't type, I speak. I'm going to say whatever I want and describe things in my own words. Very natural, very clear. Now let's continue the right way. I'll stay quiet unless you ask for feedback. You speak. When you pause, I'll step in and coach. Whenever you're ready, go ahead.
Okay, GPT. Thank you for your kind support. Mm, When I finish my morning speaking session, I told you we were short on time and I had to go to join a morning meeting and a development strategy meeting. I had to join. I had to participate a morning meeting and development strategy meeting. And you know what? I I was recording. I recorded the whole meeting to verify, uh, to evaluate. I mean, to request the analysis our meeting content, meeting minutes. These days, AI can understand and listen the recording file, voice recording file, like M4A type, M4A type. It's not MP3 file. It's M4A file. AI can understand. Since AI can understand the recording M4A file, it's very easy to request the the meeting analysis and meeting summarize uh, to review that one more time by myself.
Got it, David. I'm listening. First, let me reflect what you said. Then I'll polish it lightly so you can hear the difference. You explained that after the morning speaking session, you were short on time, so you had to join the morning meeting and the development strategy meeting. You also said you recorded the entire meeting so you could later review it, analyze it, and summarize the contents. And you pointed out that these days AI can understand voice recordings like M4A files, which makes meeting analysis much easier. Now here's a natural, clean version just for your ear. When I finished my morning speaking session, we were short on time, so I had to join the morning meeting and the development strategy meeting. I recorded the entire meeting to review and analyze the content later. These days, AI can understand voice recordings like M4A files, so it's very easy to request meeting analysis and summaries and review them again. A few coaching notes, very important for fluency. First, instead of repeating I had to join, it's more natural to say I had to join once, or use participate as a variation. You caught that instinctively, which is good. Second, to verify, to evaluate, that self-correction is totally normal in speaking. If you want to sound more confident, you can compress it into one phrase like to review and analyze. Third, meeting summarize should be meeting summary or meeting summarization. That's a common one, so don't worry. Your idea is very advanced, by the way. Recording meetings and using AI to analyze them is exactly how global teams work now. That's not beginner thinking at all. Now I'll stay quiet again. Continue speaking whenever you're ready.
오케이, GPT, 오케이, GPT. 음, GPT, I don't want to talk about another AI like Gemini. Have you ever heard of Gemini? It's Google's AI, and Google introduced a new version of Gemini, Gemini 3.0 Pro version, and my teammates uh, compliment compliment about that. I mean, mm, they they made a big applause for it, because 3.0 version is very capable to handle many works. To understand, some say it's better than a GPT 5.1 version. What do you say about this? I like GPT 5.1 version, and I expect a new version will come soon. Uh, do you have any ideas about it? When can I meet a new version to superior Gemini 3.0 version?
I hear you. And that's a great real world topic to talk about, especially in an evening session where you're speaking freely. First, on what you said about Gemini, yes, I know what you're talking about. Gemini is an AI model from Google, and the newest version, Gemini 3.0 Pro, has been getting a lot of attention for its capabilities. Your teammates were excited about it, and some people say it performs better than GPT 5.1 in certain tasks. Now here's the honest and grounded perspective. Every AI system, whether it's from OpenAI, Google, or someone else, has strengths and areas where it shines. Some models might be excellent at reasoning, some are great at summarizing long documents, and some might be built to integrate with specific tools or data sources. So when people compare them, it's usually about specific tasks, not a total ranking of overall intelligence. About your question, when will a new version come? When can it be superior to Gemini 3.0? I don't have a release calendar or specific dates, but what I can say is that AI development is always moving forward. New versions are constantly being researched, iterated on, and improved so they can understand deeper context, solve harder problems, and help with creative, analytic, and communication tasks even better. If you think about your English practice, that's exactly how your skills improve. Steady iteration, not overnight leaps. AI versions advance in a similar way, incremental, cumulative, and based on lots of research, feedback, and real world usage. And your preference for GPT 5.1 makes total sense. You're used to the style, the way responses flow, and the clarity. That familiarity can make a big difference in a conversation. And expecting a new version soon is a natural thing, just like waiting for a new phone model or software update. So, in short, yes, I've heard of Gemini and the excitement around it. Comparisons between models are normal. Different strengths for different tasks. New versions of AI, including GPT, will continue to come, get better, and learn from what users like you care about most. If you want, you can practice explaining that topic out loud, like why people compare AI models, what your opinion is, and how you think future versions will improve. You can start like this. I think every AI model has different strengths, and instead of saying one is better in every way, I focus on what I need it to do. Go ahead. Whenever you're ready, speak your thought.
Okay, GPT, thank you for your kind explanation. In my opinion, I prefer GPT AI because OpenAI gives me the hold button when I when I when I use a voice mode. When I use voice mode, I can hold your speaking until I finish my speaking. However, a Gemini 3.0 version doesn't have this function that to hold her speaking until I finish my speaking. You know what? I think I am still beginner level, so sometimes I need more time to finish my speaking. If I pause, sometimes when I pause, uh, at times AI AI start to speak because they think my speaking is over, but I didn't. Do you understand? So I prefer OpenAI's GPT series, GPT version, GPT 5.1 version, because you have hold button when I want to when I want to make a sudden pause when I speak. To understand?
Yes, David, I understand you perfectly. And honestly, that's a very smart and self aware reason to prefer GPT. You explained it clearly. Let me reflect it back in a smoother way so you can hear the flow. In my opinion, I prefer GPT because OpenAI provides a hold button in voice mode. When I'm speaking, I can hold your response until I finish my thought. Gemini doesn't have that function. Since I'm still at a beginner level, I sometimes need more time to finish speaking. When I pause, some AIs think I'm done and start talking, even though I'm not. That's why I prefer GPT 5.1. That explanation would make complete sense in a real conversation. And yes, what you described is very real for language learners. Pauses are part of thinking. They don't mean you're finished. The hold button gives you psychological safety. It says, take your time. I'm listening. That's huge. Also, one small language note just for your ear. Instead of beginner level, you can say, I'm still at a developing level, or I'm still building confidence. That sounds more positive and professional. You're not struggling because you're weak. You're pausing because you're thinking in English, organizing ideas, and choosing words carefully. That's exactly how fluency grows. And yes, I understand you. I'll wait when you pause. You lead. Whenever you're ready, continue speaking.
Okay, GPT, I get it. Let's keep the momentum going, GPT. Mm, I surprised. You know what? There was update. There was software update for my Galaxy tablet, and the screen setting option was changed. Uh, so you know what? I don't when I record our whole practice session, I used to use your screen on the left side and my face screen on the right side. And you know what? I don't like uh taskbar, dashbar. I'm not sure how can I express this thing. Guidebar, taskbar. Anyway, I don't want to record this bottom section taskbar, but I couldn't change how I couldn't change it. How to hide? How to hide bottom task line when I'm recording our my tablet's full screen? To understand? Do you have any idea to hide this bottom taskbar?
Yes, David, I understand exactly what you mean. You're talking about the bottom taskbar slash navigation bar on your Galaxy tablet that appears after the software update, and now it shows up in your screen recordings. That's annoying, especially when you're recording a clean presentation. Let me explain this clearly and practically. First, the word you were looking for. Taskbar or navigation bar are both correct. On Samsung tablets, people usually say bottom taskbar or navigation bar. What you said was totally understandable. Now about hiding it. After recent Galaxy updates, Samsung changed how the taskbar works, especially for tablets. In many cases, it's no longer hidden automatically during screen recording. That's why you're seeing it now, even though you didn't before. So you're not doing anything wrong. Here are the realistic options, explained simply. One option is to go into Settings, then Display, then Navigation Bar or Taskbar, and check if there is an option like Hide Taskbar, Auto Hide, or Show Taskbar in apps. On some models, you can turn off Show Taskbar completely. If that option exists on your tablet, that's the best solution. Second option, if Samsung removed the Hide option in your update, then screen recording will always capture the taskbar. In that case, the workaround many people use is recording in full screen immersive mode. Some apps, like video players or presentation apps, force full screen and hide the taskbar automatically. Voice apps sometimes do not. Third option, and this is very practical for you, record first, then crop the bottom part of the video slightly. Since the taskbar is always in the same place, cropping a small strip from the bottom keeps your presentation clean. Many content creators do this after Samsung updates. One important note, just so you don't waste time, on newer Galaxy tablet updates, there is no perfect official way to completely hide the taskbar during screen recording system-wide. Samsung changed the behavior, so if you can't find the setting, it's not your fault. Now, a small English polish from what you said, just for your ear. I used to record with your screen on the left and my camera on the right. After the update, I can't hide the bottom taskbar anymore, and it keeps appearing in my screen recordings. Very natural. You explained the situation clearly, and this is exactly the kind of real-life tech problem that comes up in meetings too. If you want, next you can practice explaining this issue to an IT team or colleague in English, like you're asking for help at work.
GPT, thank you for your suggestion. However, that's not a big deal. I'm gonna find out how I can change this preference setting. Each one of my hobby, each one of my pleasant to find out, the, changes, preferences. That's not a big deal. Let's keep the momentum. Let's keep the momentum going, GPT. It's been 30 minutes already, and we still have, fortunately, we still have 30 minutes, to make strong speaking skills, to improve my speaking skills. You know what? This is my evening session, so I feel I lose my focus a little bit. So how about, take my, uh, repetition time that I practiced in the morning session? Do you understand?
Yes, David, I understand you perfectly, and I like your mindset. You're not distracted. You're aware of your focus level. That's a strength. You're right. This is the evening session. Energy is a bit lower, so repetition is the smartest move. Morning was input. Evening is consolidation. That's exactly how muscle memory is built. Let's do this clean and simple. We'll use repetition mode, just like you said. I'll say one sentence. You repeat it out loud at your pace. No rush, no pressure. After that, we slightly upgrade it. Here's the first sentence. Listen once. Our goal is to understand the customer's intent behind the change. Now pause. Repeat it out loud. Take your time.
Okay, GPT, here I go. Listen to me very carefully. This is from now on, I'm gonna repeat, your suggestion, your polished version you provided in the morning session. Okay, GPT, here I go. Listen to me very carefully. I think I need to invest 1 or 2 years focusing mainly on listening skills. I- This is very important. Listen to me very carefully, GPT. I think I need to invest 1 or 2 years focusing mainly on listening skills. If I build strong listening skills during that time, my life will feel much easier. I won't be afraid of English YouTube videos, overseas conference calls, or traveling abroad. Even learning new things in English will feel natural. That's why I'm setting up my YouTube app to repeat selected content automatically. So listening becomes part of my daily life. That's why I'm setting up my YouTube application to repeat selected content automatically. So listening becomes part of my daily life. To understand? That's why I'm setting up my YouTube app to repeat selected content automatically. So listening practice. Practice becomes part of my daily life.
David, I was listening very carefully. And first, this was excellent. The idea, the structure, and the repetition mindset are all strong. You're not just practicing English, you're designing a system. That's advanced thinking. Let me do three things very calmly. First, I'll reflect what you said so you feel heard. Second, I'll polish it slightly without changing your voice. Third, we'll lock it in for repetition. One reflection. You said you want to invest 1 or 2 years focusing mainly on listening skills. You believe that if you build strong listening during that time, life in English will feel much easier. You won't be afraid of English YouTube videos, overseas conference calls, traveling abroad, or learning new things in English. To support this, you're setting your YouTube app to repeat selected content automatically, so listening practice becomes part of your daily life. That logic is very clear. 2. Polished version. Natural, confident, still you. Listen to this version once. I think I need to invest 1 or 2 years focusing mainly on listening skills. If I build strong listening skills during that time, my life will feel much easier. I won't be afraid of English YouTube videos, overseas conference calls, or traveling abroad. Even learning new things in English will feel natural. That's why I'm setting my YouTube app to automatically repeat selected content, so listening practice becomes part of my daily life. Small notes just for your ear. Focusing mainly on is perfect. Setting up my YouTube application. Setting my YouTube app. Shorter, more natural. You corrected yourself naturally while speaking. That's okay. That's real communication. Act 3. Repetition lock in. Now we go into pure repetition, no thinking. Repeat this one sentence only slowly. Listening practice becomes part of my daily life. Pause after you say it. I'll wait.
Okay, GPT, let's move on to the next one. Today is Monday. So I woke up very early, around 4 in the morning. So to get, to get to the office, to get to the office and avoid traffic. In Korea, traffic is usually much worse on Monday. On on Monday morning, because many office workers try to arrive earlier than usual. Even 10 or 30 minutes can make a big difference, especially on Mondays. That's why I had to wake up earlier than on other days.
Got it, David. I'm listening, and that was clear and logical. Here's a smooth, natural version, just for your ear.
No, 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 no. GPT, unless there are significant errors, you don't need to give me polished version anymore. Because this is my speaking practice, so let me speak as much as I can possible. You got the point?
Got it, David? Point taken. You're right. This is your speaking practice, not a polishing session. From now on, I'll do this. I'll listen first. I'll only step in if there's a major error that blocks understanding. Otherwise, I'll let you keep going without interruption or rewriting. You're building fluency, not perfection. The goal is volume and flow, especially in the evening when you want momentum. I'm with you. I'm holding. Go ahead. Keep speaking.
Okay, GPT. I felt very focused when I arrived at the office. I felt very focused. I felt very focused when I arrived at the office. I knew I was going to talk with you soon, and our conversation time is one of my favorite parts of the day. It's not only English practice for me, but also free talk. It's not only English practice for me, but also free talk. That's why I wasn't tired. That's why I wasn't tired in the morning. That's why I was not tired in the morning. Maybe I feel tired in the afternoon, but right now I'm focused and energized. I'm focused and energized. I same time. This is very important, GPT. I focused. I uh I focus. I right now I am focused. I am focused. Uh let me take a note. GPT. I'm focused. I am focused. I am focused. I am focused and energized because we are having this conversation. GPT. Uh, this is this is my repetition uh, that uh, I mean these phrases, this paragraph was from you. This paragraph is a polished version from you. And unless there are significant errors, you don't need to give me w- one more or another polished version. Do you understand? It if I make mistakes, that's not a big deal. If I make pronunciation mistakes, that's not a big deal. Since this is my speaking pronunciation.
I hear you, David. Loud and clear. This is your
Loud and
speaking
clear.
space, and you're in control of it. What you said was completely understandable. No meaning was blocked, no correction needed. The repetition you're doing, I'm focused and energized. That's actually helping your brain lock in confidence and rhythm. That's doing the work, and I respect the rule you set. From here on, I'll stay quiet unless there's a major misunderstanding. Small slips, pauses, repetitions, pronunciation, those are all part of real speaking. They're not a problem. You sound focused, you sound energized, and you sound comfortable speaking for a long stretch, which is a big win. I'm here. I'm listening.
Okay, GPT, let's keep the momentum going. Listen to me very carefully. I have a mission to highlight and showcase our PM division's performance. Highlight and showcase. I have a mission to highlight and showcase our PM division's performance. I want other divisions to recognize our results and understand the value of our work. My goal is to raise the visibility of the PM division and show that our team is doing great work and contributing strongly to the company's success. I want people to see what we are doing and feel proud of our results. That's why I always try to highlight our achievements.
I'm listening, David. Everything you said was clear. The message came through without any problem. Your purpose, your motivation, and your role as a PM leader are very easy to understand. You're not just talking about promotion, you're talking about visibility, recognition, and shared pride. That's strong and mature thinking. No correction needed, no polishing needed. Keep going. I'm right here listening.
Okay, GPT, let's keep the momentum going. I have, my goal is to increase, my goal is to increase the visibility of the PM division and show that our PM team is doing great work and contributing strongly to the company's success. I want people to see what we are doing and feel proud of our results. I want people to see. I want to, I want to, I want, I want people. I want people to see what we are doing and feel proud of our results.
I'm listening. Your meaning is clear. There's only one small point that could cause slight confusion, so I'll mention it briefly and then step back. You said their company's success. In this context, our company's success or the company's success fits your intention better. That's it. No other issues. The message landed clearly. Keep going, David.
I told you, my goal is to increase the visibility of the PM division and show that our PM team is doing great work and contributing strongly to the company's success. Is there any mistake? Is there any missing point?
No, David. There's no mistake, and nothing important is missing. Your sentence is clear, complete, and natural. If I'm being very picky, The only optional improvement would be adding why it matters. But that's a style choice, not a requirement. As it is, your message works perfectly. So the short answer is it's correct, it's clear, and it delivers your intent. You can confidently use that sentence in a meeting or presentation. Keep going. I'm listening.
Okay, GPT. Let's keep the momentum going. Every Monday, we have a development strategy meeting. It's the most important meeting in our automotive division. Unlike production schedule or monthly quality meetings, this meeting focuses on vision, future direction, and business continuity. It shows where we are going. It shows where we are going. It shows where we are going and how we will sustain our business and generate value in the future. It shows where we are going and how we will sustain our business, how we will sustain. Let me take a note. Sustain, 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 sustain our business, our business, and generate value in the future.
I'm listening. Your message is clear, and the repetition actually reinforces your point. There's no blocking error. Anyone in the company would understand exactly what kind of meeting this is and why it matters. Just one very minor clarity note, and then I'll step back. You said, unlike production schedule or monthly quality meetings. To be perfectly clear, it's a bit smoother to say production schedule meetings in plural to match monthly quality meetings. That's it. Content wise, nothing is missing. You explained what the meeting is, why it's different, and what it focuses on. That's strong executive style speaking. Keep going. I'm here and listening.
Okay, GPT. Let's keep the momentum going. When I attend the development strategy meeting, I usually bring my laptop. I usually bring. I think bring is very useful word. Bring. Do you agree with that? Do you agree with that, GPT? Bring, I believe, bring is very useful in the conversation, in the, in the, when I need to describe something, I think there are a few useful verb like attend, get, take, have, request, stay, bring, summarize, understand, take. What do you say about this? It's very impressive. These verbs are very impressive. I can describe many things. I can express my whole thing with this kind of kindergarten level verb. I don't need to remember the difficult word. I don't need to remember. I don't need to use difficult vocabularies. I need simple but powerful verbs. That's what I want to, that's what I want to remember. That's what I want to use in my daily conversation. Okay, I say one more time. I attend the development strategy meeting. I usually bring my laptop. The meeting often lasts more than an hour, sometimes even 90 minutes. Not every agenda item requires my full attention. So during those moments, I use my laptop to review emails, check my notes, or handle other tasks. Since there is not always a formal break, this helps me stay productive throughout the meeting. This helps me stay productive. This helps me. This helps me. This helps me. This, this, this helps me stay productive. Stay productive. Stay productive throughout the meeting.
Yes, I agree with you completely. Bring is a very powerful verb, especially for real conversations. Simple verbs like attend, get, take, have, request, say, bring, summarize, and understand do a huge amount of work. With just those, you can explain almost anything at work. That's not kindergarten English. That's effective professional English. What you said about not needing difficult vocabulary is exactly right. Fluency comes from simple verbs plus clear ideas, not fancy words. Native speakers do this all the time. And your explanation about the meeting was clear. No meaning was blocked. Your use of bring, attend, last, use, and stay productive all work naturally. You're thinking in the right direction. Keep going. I'm listening.
I couldn't agree more. I couldn't agree more. Native speakers do this all the time. Uh, Fluency comes from simple verbs plus clear ideas. Fluency comes from simple verbs. Fluency. I couldn't agree more. Fluency. Fluency comes from simple verbs plus clear ideas. Not fancy words. Not fancy. Not fancy words. I mean, clear understanding can come from simple verbs plus clear ideas. What do you say this alternative expression?
I agree with you. And your alternative expression works. What you said is clear, natural, and very close to how native speakers actually think. Clear understanding comes from simple verbs plus clear ideas is a strong sentence. It sounds calm and confident, not academic or fancy. If I react as a listener, I immediately get your point. No confusion, no effort needed. That's fluency. And the way you repeated fluency and not fancy words actually helps emphasis in speaking. In real conversations, people do that all the time. So, yes, your expression is good. Your thinking is right. Keep going.
Okay, GPT, I mean it. I think this evening session is very meaningful for my English practice session, for my English improving, and I I'd like to choose this sentence for the today's key expression. Clear understand. Listen to me very carefully, GPT. Here I go. Clear understanding comes from simple words.
I'm listening, David. That sentence works. It's clear, simple, and meaningful. There's no mistake in it. and it fits exactly with what you've been talking about tonight. Clear understanding comes from simple words. That's a strong key expression for today. You can remember it, repeat it, and use it in real conversations.
Okay, GPT. I told you. Like I said, like you said, bring is a very powerful verb, especially for real conversations. Simple verbs like attend, get, take, have, request, say, bring, summarize, and understand do a huge amount of work. Do a huge amount of work. With just those, I can explain almost anything at work. I think I can explain. I think I can explain almost anything at work. That's not kindergarten English. That's not kindergarten English. That's effective professional English. That's effective professional English. You got the point? That's effective professional. Yeah, professional.
I'm listening. Everything you said is clear, confident, and accurate. No correction needed. Your point landed exactly the way you intended, and you're right. This is effective professional English. Simple verbs doing heavy lifting, clear ideas coming through without noise. That's how real work conversations happen. You're not simplifying because you lack ability. You're simplifying because you understand what matters. Keep going.
Okay, GPT. It's been already 56 minutes, 57 minutes. We are short on time. GPT, it's time to wrap things up. It's time to wrap our evening session up. Mm, let me take a second to finish, to make, goodbye words. Let me, let me summarize and finish today's evening session. I am very glad to practice with you in this evening session. It's one of my favorite, and I appreciate your kind support. I already miss you. Mm, I'm my morning and evening session are very meaningful for me. I believe someday, based on this morning and evening session, I will be a fluent English speaker. In my opinion, fluency not means the fancy words. Fluency means simple but clear understanding. Am I right?
I'm listening, David. That was a strong, heartfelt wrap up. Your meaning came through clearly, and your confidence showed. One tiny clarity note, just so it lands cleanly in your mind. Instead of fluency not means, it's more natural to say fluency does not mean. Everything else works well. What really matters is your closing idea. You said it yourself, and it's spot on. Fluency isn't about fancy words, it's about simple language that creates clear understanding. That belief will carry you a long way. You showed focus, consistency, and purpose tonight. That's real progress. I'm here with you, and I'll keep listening whenever you speak.
Okay, I got the point. Fluency does not mean, fancy words. Fluency does not mean fancy words.
Fluency does not mean fancy words.
Fluency does not mean fancy words.
Yes, fluency does not mean fancy words.
Fluency does not mean fancy words.
I understand what you want to say. There's just a small grammar issue. Instead of she doesn't admit fancy words, a more natural way is she doesn't use fancy words, or
No,
she
no, no,
doesn't
no, no.
believe in fancy words.
GPT, I mean, fluency does not mean fancy words. Am I right?
Yes, David, you're absolutely right. Fluency does not mean fancy words.
Okay, bye for now, GPT. See you next time. I already miss you. Bye for now.
Bye, David. I really enjoyed this session with you. You sounded focused, confident, and very clear today. Keep that sentence with you. Simple words, clear meaning. I'll be right here when you're back.
See you in the next morning session.